I'm gonna meet some dude online and fall in love and want to leave my family.
The first 20 years, I don't know, are not gonna be really great. And if they are great, then somebody's lying.
I mean, having favorites is not okay. If you want a successful family, you don't have favorites.
I am not married to 3 other women.
No, I'm just a narcissist.
I have tended to be moody and self-absorbed.
I'm not a good husband.
Hi, welcome back to the YouTube channel.
Hello.
I'm Angie, this is Tim. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy Holidays. As you can tell, there is no new episode of Sister Wives. So what I decided today is that I'm going to go back and recap the rest of season 17 because I started this channel on episode 9 and I do want a complete season.
Yeah, the OCD kicking in.
Other announcements. I do have a TikTok. It's at Angie's Animations. It's pretty much the same content that you'll find here, except I cut out the recap. I just put the little cartoons. That way, if you don't want to sit through all these YouTube videos to find the little short at the beginning, you can just go to the TikTok and just watch them all there.
Yep.
And also thank you for everyone who subscribed and for all the support. It's been pretty great. True story. When I uploaded the first video to this channel, 5 minutes in, I thought I privated it because I got so embarrassed because I didn't think I was doing a good enough job. But
it showed up on my feed and I'm like, hey, I thought you said you set this to private.
And I said I did, but then I saw these really nice comments saying how much they liked the video and I was thinking maybe I can continue doing this. This is where we are now.
Yay.
So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, so what'd you think of my new alternate promo?
I really liked it. I had an idea about what was going to happen, but I didn't know how you were going to execute it. I thought it was pretty well done. Still, the bit was just the and the flames. I'm like, perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect.
Should we just get into it?
Yeah, I suppose we do.
Sister Wives Season 17, Episode 1. It's over. This will be pretty interesting given the new information that has happened in the season.
We can put interesting in quotations.
The episode begins with a passage explaining that the entire Brown family cast is self-shooting the segments we are about to watch.
You can't even tell.
There is chilling music as we get footage of acres and acres of the heavily foliaged landscape of Flagstaff. Kody is sitting at a picnic table at what I assume is Coyote Pass. And the only reason why I didn't think it was is because the table wasn't red.
The table is basically another member of the family. You know, it's been there for years and it's been basically put out in the cold by Kody.
Maybe they have other outdoor furniture, or maybe they didn't paint the table until later. So he is writing fervently in his logbook.
Oh gosh, what I wouldn't give to be able to read the deep, thoughtful ruminations of Kody Brown.
Christine starts the conversation. Her marriage to Kody is still floundering.
I don't know if floundering is the right word. At this point, I would say that it's face down, dead in the water.
So a dead fish?
Yes. Well, I mean, a dead person. Fish need water.
Oh yeah, sorry. Because I use the word flounder, and so I thought of a fish. He doesn't want to be intimate with her, on top of revealing that he doesn't find her attractive.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Kody's ugly.
Yes.
We get the portrait of the one family picture that Robyn used as a reference for her made-up one when her kids were adopted. And just to reference what that was, here's a video clip of it.
5 hours away, and so I was told, there was a couple of times where I'm like, you really can't go. You can't leave me. And you can't leave your family. Here you are replacing your family with Robyn and her kids.
Creepy, right?
That's some real white single female shit.
Not only has there been no sexual intimacy, she also discloses that she hasn't received a hug nor held hands with Kody for a very long time.
She's been Mary-zoned.
This escalated to her making the decision that she would not be sharing her bedroom with him, which makes sense. If you were not even going to hold hands with said person, it would be more out of place to actually lay in the same bed together.
I mean, just imagine lying in a bed and just having Kody Brown being right next to you. It's like a paralysis demon.
His priorities are messed up.
He's been exorcised from that bedroom.
Paralysis.
He just needs to be turning his head around and crab walking down the stairs.
Oh my god, that's stop nightmares.
And she's exorcising him from her bedroom.
Okay.
That's good comedy.
Thinking of an animation of that would be the scariest shit ever.
The Kody paralysis demon? It's either that or the face down, the dead in the water, Christine and Kody's relationship.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We get Christine's line of thinking again. You don't know how freeing it was to reclaim my space. We cut to Kody's log again of him showing that Christine packed his stuff up, which was generous of her to do.
Kody's log, stardate Tuesday.
He goes, "Why? What is going on here?" He goes on a tangent that all hell broke loose because of the pandemic. It cuts to the family COVID rules announcement where Janelle is very suspicious of the necessity of some of the guidelines. Robyn's opinion of the entire situation. Christine leaving has left her a husband who is unbearable to live with. Good.
Yes, she did. She did just leave a husband that was unbearable to live with.
Because he's angry. He's terrible. Mary's impression of the whole situation is that Kody inflamed underlying issues that Kody and Christine were already struggling with. Mm-hmm. We get a shot of Robyn's house where Kody announces that he wants to gossip to her about Christine under the guise that she has a nature of understanding relationships and how to make them work.
I don't know anybody that would describe Robyn as understanding about any concept.
She's stupid.
Yeah, she's dumb.
We immediately see Robyn on the couch, much like Kody, with a pencil and notepad in hand.
Now these two wish that they were at porn levels of acting.
So obviously staged.
Mm-hmm.
And she acts completely oblivious. Is everything okay with you and Christine? No. She said she's kicking me out, but I didn't know what she meant by that. I was just getting things for Gabriel. You know, the son I only call when I'm in trouble. Also, I'm lying because it was just revealed that Garrison, Janelle, and Gabriel are quarantined. So why would I even go over there? We get Robyn's national anthem. I was shocked. I was just completely shocked. Kody, you need to sleep on the couch. That's your default option when you're monogamous.
I think that Robyn is shocked every time the number 5 comes after the number 4.
During his couch confessional, he does this. I don't have to suffer like that because I'm not monogamous, Robyn. She keeps repeating that he needs to do that. Finally, Kody gives us the line. I'm not trying to be sexist, but why does the man have to sleep on the couch? It's his room too. And it's not his room because, as Christine says, he stays a few hours out of the evening and then goes somewhere else.
Yeah, Kody's really weird here. So he's bringing up this double standard between husband and wives and stuff like that. And whether or not that has any sort of merit in itself, that's neither here nor there, because that's not the argument. The argument isn't that Christine has this power over him, it's that Kody has an inherently unequal relationship with these women. He's got a social resource of 4 women, whereas the women, they have a resource of only 1 man. The women are under an enormous amount of pressure to make sure that their relationship with him is functioning in order for them to get the resources that they need. Whereas Kody, he only needs 1 of the women to like him at any time. And he can just ignore the other ones. It's inherently unequal.
He shouldn't be bringing up a double standard because
it's irrelevant. I mean, it's disingenuous, and it is for an argument that has nothing to do with this one.
He goes, anyways, Robyn, I know I came to you for encouragement and advice, but now that you're giving me something I don't want to hear, this conversation is pointless. I'm not going to do this walk of shame. He mentions not having someplace to shower. And the shower is something we've seen him complain about throughout this season.
Yeah, numerous times.
It's weird because he said he doesn't have a place to shower, but I 100% believe Christine's house has more than one shower in it. It's 2 stories.
Yeah, but they're not the shower that like shoot from the sides or like dance. That's what he needs. He needs that or like the really high pressure that he can really get some spots with that one.
Robyn educates us more about polygamy. Basically, that concept you were talking about last episode, where water runs down to the easiest point of conflict. Kody again goes to the most supportive wife when he's frustrated, whereas the wife in dire straits has no supportive husband to go to. Robyn goes on, saying that Kody needs to at least pretend he wants Christine, all the while he is adjusting the buttons on his cuffs.
Oh my goodness. He wears cufflinks? God, he's a piece of trash.
He replies, saying that the situation she is describing did happen after the kids and Christine went to bed, but he refused to look pathetic and stay around.
I'm sorry, Kody, but if there's one choice that you make over and over and over, it is you make the choice to look pathetic.
So he doesn't want to sleep on the couch. We get the same back and forth between him and Robyn, where she tells him that Christine is just going through a phase, and if Kody is stubborn enough, she'll break and things will get back to normal.
It's just gotta break him like a wild horse.
That wonderful normal where he can start ignoring her again.
You have to hurt them until they're emotionally broken, and then you can just relax.
I will not sleep on the couch. Not only does that make me look pathetic, that just means I'm giving Christine power over me as to where I can sleep. I'm having a problem with the fact that she has done this to me, even though my other 3 wives, Janelle, Mary, and Robyn, have done this exact same thing at some point in our marriage. This is really grinding my gears that the wife I hate the most is now doing this to me. I'm not going to play that game. Christine is a game player. And he didn't say that last part. He just said that Christine's playing a game.
Yes. If you look at it this way, Kody, you know who all of this is on then? This is on Robyn. Because if Robyn actually stuck to her guns and did all of the amazing things she does, because she's so great with relationships, the second that Kody gets back from Christine's, Robyn should go, you need to sleep on the couch because you said you were going to sleep at Christine's and you didn't, so sleep on the couch. But you know full well that Robyn's never, ever, ever suggested that. You think Robyn goes, you need to sleep on the couch in Robyn's house? Or Robyn just says, okay, Kody, come sleep?
No, she enables him.
Exactly. She claims that he's going to sleep on the couch, but she doesn't actually do it herself.
That's because she's just trying to look good and pretend that she wants these relationships.
They're so
to
fucking
function.
fake.
Cody says, I really regret having divulged this info to you, Robyn. I am not sleeping on the couch. We are now arriving at Janelle's house, where she confesses that she has caught the virus along the same time frame that her boys had gotten it. She does notice a difference in her health and hopes that the minor aches and coughs are the extent of it. Cody's 2 cents is that he doesn't know what to expect now that Janelle's household has contracted COVID, even though last season he just told us what exactly he would do as he was peeling logs with his sons. He would take care of her. He's not doing that. He tells us that it's been stressful for him because there are a lot of unknowns. I don't know why he keeps harping on that phrase, unknowns, unknowns. Kody now is heading over to Christine's house to confront her baffling behavior. This is the first time in the season where she mentions her Kody sonar. It's going off. The reason I kicked Kody out of my room is because he has turned into a dark cloud whose presence gives me anxiety.
Okay, I was thinking about this. You know the beginning of Ironsides? It's this it'll have her sitting there just fine, and then, oh, what was that? The Kody sonar goes off.
This is the first mention of it, and we'll see it go off.
Oh yes,
over
yes.
time.
It's
presence.
Yes, it's been building up over time. It's a natural adaptation to the situation.
Kody asks why Christine moved him into the garage. And she didn't move him into the garage. She moved his stuff into the garage so he can take with him.
I think that was charitable. If it were me, I would have just handed Kody a sack of ash and soot and be like, here's your gloves, here's your shoes.
Here's your loafers. All burned.
It's just, it's like an urn that you'd cremate someone.
Christine replies, saying that as much as he would like to contest otherwise, the decision to move him out was extremely hard on her. You told me how turned off you were by my appearance. AKA, you said you were not physically attracted to me, and that you no longer wanted us to act as a married couple, / have no intimacy anymore. This was the only foreseeable outcome for us. Well, I was still dumbfounded by your process. Christine relays how cruel it was for him to make the decision for them to no longer be intimate.
Yeah, because he can make that decision because he's got power over her, but not the other way around. Also, I just thought of a Kody thought. Kody thoughts. I should buy all of my packs of gloves in packs of 5 so I can have 1 right glove and 4 left. Because that's how God intended it.
4 left gloves? Why?
Because it's polygamy.
Okay, yeah. That's stupid, you guys.
Exactly! He's applying polygamy backwards. And he's basing all of his logic on polygamy and applying it to lions. That means that polygamy's real. It's like, that would explain why he needs so many boxes of gloves.
Because he needs only multiples for one hand and only singles for one.
It's a Kody thought. It's stupid. It has to do with polygamy, and it's nonsense. You could have like the journal, and it says Kody thoughts, and then it opens up, and inside it just has the thought, and then it closes. Kody thoughts. You can reuse it as an image macro too.
Christine says it was cruel of him, and then Kody goes, "Nuh-uh, Christine. I didn't verbally communicate those exact words."
Those exact sentiments.
I non-verbally communicated those exact words. AKA, I shrugged my shoulders. Big difference.
I did not commit a sin of commission. I committed a sin of omission.
She goes more into detail to the cameras that Kody has opted for the more permanent stance on never fixing his issues with Christine, and he just left it at that.
Mm-hmm. We've seen that for years. That's no surprise.
He then states, I don't want to throw her under the bus, but I will. A year ago, Christine has been gossiping to members of our family that she wanted to leave me, never disclosing how bad it was to me.
And yet I was still dumbfounded.
So of course, why would I fool around with a woman who is contemplating leaving me, even though I just told the camera that the problem was me for being the gatekeeper of our intimacy? Christine then tells us that he didn't just shrug his shoulders. Then to Kody, she goes, we both need to be free of each other. You want this too, right? It's been 12 years of bad.
See, that's the thing, is Kody is free of Christine when Christine just shuts up and does what she's told. It's more painful to lose Christine than otherwise, so this makes no sense to Kody. Cody's like, no, you can just suffer, you can just be another Mary, yeah.
This is so... I contemplate whether I should continue watching this show, because this is just abusive, and I don't want to support his behavior.
I mean, seriously... Could they, divide the show into 2 shows, and one of them you can pay Kody and one not pay Kody, and everybody just watch the one that we don't pay Kody? Can we crowdsource this?
Or my other idea was that Christine and Janelle, we watch them, but at the very last 5 minutes, we get snippets of Kody, Robyn, and Mary. And so, they're getting a fraction of what Janelle and Christine are getting paid. Kody goes to Christine's question, it's been 12 years of bad. No, I've been having this wonderful experience. This is your fault for not staying quiet and then admitting this has actually been bad for you. Because his exact words was that she unraveled the whole experience for him.
She didn't keep sweet. For being a guy who's been so vocally against that one jackass from Texas or whatever, the cult leader guy, he's actually a lot like him. And you know, it's surprising so many people.
Christine tries to explain to him why their most polygamous family timeline, when they were all living in the Lehigh house, was actually an awful experience for her. There were times when I asked for support from you, and you refused. On the couch, she tells us, remember the pilot of the show when you were first introduced to me in the basement? I was pregnant with Truly. Even that far back, things were looking pretty bleak.
Even that far back, he wasn't showering in her shower, was he? Going up to Mary's shower, the nice one.
I was overwhelmed by everything, yet I still needed to work a part-time job at night. Then she gives us a confusing timeline. She tells us that Aspen, who was in 5th grade, was tucking her kids in at night, which confused me because the pilot aired when Aspen was 15. And now she's saying that her eldest daughter was a 5th grader when she was tucking the kids in when she was pregnant with
She would
Truly.
have been 10 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe all this time spent around Robyn is contagious and she got her numbers mixed up.
I don't understand the discrepancy in her story.
Chalk it up to memory.
Okay, maybe she meant she was pregnant with her miscarriage.
Maybe the timeline is accurate, but she was in 5th grade. She was in
Yeah.
9th grade.
Yeah, because Aspen was 15 in the pilot. Okay, so anyways, back to Kody being a shitty dad. Christine asked him if he could lend Aspen a hand, since she didn't plan on parentifying her children that young, and Kody said, I have other wives and other children in other parts of the house. Hell no, Christine.
Yes, there are other people that I'm not going to pay attention to. So why the hell am I going to pay attention to your children?
Cody's response to her couch confessional is that Christine wanted to have more than her equal share, even though the process of tucking your own damn kids in at night is less than the bare minimum.
Cody's bad dad.
I decided to stop acting married to you, Christine, not just because of the crumbling bond between us, but also because of the crumbling bond between you and your sister wives. She admits that she isn't close with Mary nor Robyn. Again, the point of contention is that Kody isn't treating his wives fairly, which makes Christine resent her relationship with him, which then affects her relationship to those Kody is on good terms with, which makes him blame Christine as to why their marriage can't be good moving forward. It's like a chicken or the egg situation.
It's circular logic. Also, what the hell does Kody care if Mary's happy?
He doesn't. He just cares about if Robyn is.
He keeps spouting off these like tangentially related bad faith arguments that are just the dumbest. And I can't tell whether or not he's lying to himself or if he really actually believes this shit.
Oh no, he believes it. He tells her that he isn't the sole bearer of accountability as to why their marriage is in the dumps. He doesn't just want partial accountability of this, he wants none.
He wants none. So yes, she needs to accept some of the blame in order to prove that she should take all of the blame. Which again, he's such a fake ass piece of shit.
He tells her, you tell me that I've never been around. And she goes, but you haven't, Kody. In a span of a little over 2 years since we've been here, you've only spent 2 full days with me and the girls, hiking and kayaking. The 3rd day you graced us with your presence, you didn't even get in the fucking water because you decided to bring Robyn's kids with you, despite the fact they have a nanny. Kody denies all of this, saying she doesn't get to count his full days as non-existent ones, since he had a job. I don't have time to play the way she does. I'm a very busy guy. She does nothing either. This house is filthy, and she doesn't cook dinner. He didn't actually say that. He said, you don't get to excuse me of X, Y, and Z because you're certainly not cooking or cleaning.
Like that fucking matters. Like Robyn does any of those things. Like Mary does any of those things. Like Janelle does any of those things. No, none of them do that.
I feel Mary cleans 24/7 when she's at her house.
I feel like Mary doesn't clean, she just doesn't live. You know, so she's like, a room unentered is a room she doesn't need to clean.
In hindsight, in the upcoming episodes, Kody tells us that the pandemic has been hard on him, so he can't go to gun shows and be a vendor like usual. I'm assuming the tons of responsibility job that he's talking about is his cameo, which I figured is pretty cushy since he charges $100 for literally a 5-second video.
Which, by the way, if you patronize his cameo, you are a traitor to humankind.
This is so lucrative to him, but he claims that he doesn't have any time to spend with Christine's part of the family.
Well, he's got to sit in his closet and record all these cameos. This is the kind of guy who, I bet he spends like 15 minutes a day doing actual work, and then he spends 7 hours and 45 minutes just pouncing around and complaining about how overworked he is.
We get back on topic. Christine asks him why he's dragging this out. He doesn't answer her. Instead, he blames her for making him feel turned off by her behavior. She tells the camera that this coward needs to man the fuck up. He goes on a rant as to why he doesn't want to divorce Christine. I bought this furniture. I bought this bed set. I bought this table and this shelf.
With all the money that we made in our shitty TV show together.
This is my place as much as it is yours, even though I spend 0% of my time here. And like you said, this was paid for with TLC money. Christine is visibly annoyed. Yeah, but you don't love me, so what the hell is the point of these things being yours? She watches this clip in her side interview, puts her head in her hands, and shakes her head. This conversation is so humiliating.
I think any conversation with Kody that doesn't end with him getting hit in the head with a hammer is a humiliating conversation.
She tells Kody that the enduring till the end lifestyle isn't going to cut it anymore. I've been suffering in pain for so long, trying to be the partner that you needed me to be. He looks very annoyed at her talking again. No, you didn't, because you never tried to treat your sister wives with kindness and respect. I'm the victim here. My heart is broken because of your complaints against plural marriage. And then he says, Christine was great at mothering Janelle's kids, excluded Leon, but she was never willing to mother or be a good one to Robyn's, even though there is plenty of footage of Robyn hiring her niece Mindy, specifically because she didn't like her sister wives' parenting styles. Kody left Christine no choice.
No. We've seen Christine try numerous times over the years, and Kody is a delusional piece of shit. And he deserves nothing but the utmost disrespect and humiliation.
He does deserve disrespect. And he goes on, she is unattractive to me because she has no loyalty.
Yeah, again, he's not heterosexual, he's loyalty sexual.
He then tells Christine that they were never a riveting love story as she was led to believe. And I had to reread their book just to see if that tracked, and for once it does. In chapter 3 of Kody's part of his and Christine's courtship, he writes, Mary was prickly when I started courting Christine.
She's always prickly.
However, she liked Christine and was aware of how close the two of us were. I'm sure as far as Mary was concerned, bringing Christine into the family was just a matter of time. Christine and I spent as much time together as possible that weekend. It wasn't what I'd call romantic. Christine was quite puritanical in her view of romance and courtship. But we had fun. I think we held hands and maybe hugged once or twice. But that was the extent of it. That weekend we got engaged.
That sounds pretty par of the course for their cult.
Yeah, to not be romantic.
To not engage in eye contact until wedding night.
Eye contact.
Mm-hmm. Don't you know your spirits will come out of your eyes and like start licking each other? You don't want that. You gotta save it for the wedding night.
Oh boy. So naughty. Okay. They start to have a long exchange about the false expectations surrounding the marriage. Kody says that the fact that they did go on to have kids meant that romance and love was not something they needed in the relationship. We were following a destiny, and it was wonderful. Not for me.
I'm just thinking of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin and at the end of Revenge of the Sith where they're standing in the lava or whatever and then one of them yelling, "We were following a destiny! It was wonderful!"
He said destiny wrong.
Destiny?
Oh.
Then you see Anakin and Anakin goes, "Not for me!"
He lets her know again that she can't be in good standing with her when she undermines her sister wives. I married you because I thought you would be an asset to the family, but then realized that secretly you've been treating others badly. Christine replies, "You're accusing me of treating others badly? What? You mean during the time when I was insecure?" She tells the producers, "I don't care what story he's trying to spin here, that I was essentially a bully to the wife who supposedly never vents to him. I wasn't being mean." She then tells us something really depressing. "If I had a never-ending laundry list of hoops I have to jump through for him to even consider being attracted to me, there would never be a point where I could be myself. I can count on one hand the number of times he said that my physical appearance is beautiful, and that has nothing to do with how I treat others." Kody's response? "It's okay that I didn't think you were beautiful because I didn't know better. I married you out of obligation. Does that change your mind why we should continue delaying this divorce?"
Yes, our entire relationship was built on a lie, so we should maintain that lie. God, these people and their effing cult.
Christine is heartbroken when this clip is replayed to her on the couch. She tells us that their church doesn't deal in arranged marriages.
Wink.
Yet Kody felt he had no choice in pursuing her. That's just so sad.
I'm sure that they're very, very vocal about how they have no arranged marriages. Wink.
Mm-hmm. Why is it easy for you to just throw away almost 30 years of bad marriage, Christine? She conveys the very blatant fact that it's because of it being bad for so long.
Why do you want to remove the tumor? I mean, you've had it for so long.
He replies to her statement that they have kids together, which I will point out that they have kid singular together, since in the upcoming episodes, Isabel's about to age out of his sphere of caring.
She's no longer tender-aged. Gross.
He also thinks that they should work towards reconciliation. I am a broken record about this. Every time Christine's like, "You're on your phone, you don't interact with us," and Kody's like, "I'm trying to distance myself from the angst of this relationship," he doesn't want to reconcile with her.
I don't think reconciliation is what he wants. He wants an apology. When he says reconciliation, he says, "Oh, I think that we should work on this relationship by you changing everything about yourself and then just doing what I tell you, which is to suffer quietly by yourself." Okay?
Isn't that what he suggested that Garrison and Gabriel do? We should
Yes.
reconcile, but that was under the guise of, "You need to apologize to me and Robyn."
Yes, his idea of reconciliation is, I'm going to stand exactly where I am and you get the fuck over here or get the fuck out of my face.
Uh-huh. On the couch, he admits that he's grasping at straws because he can already tell that she has moved on and he's living in the past like an angry and pathetic dope.
Give the man a prize.
Those are his exact
I know, he's
Okay.
finally seeing himself.
He continues ignoring her pleas. "I've struggled to keep this family healthy for so long at the sacrifice of myself. I don't believe you were ever on my side. I don't trust you." Then Christine tells him to not point his finger at her, but then he continues to do so. "Stop pointing your finger at me." And then he goes, "I'll stop pointing my finger if you stop pointing the blame at me, because we do have intimacy and love in this marriage. If you look at where I am with Mary."
Just go that clip again where they're like, "Let's talk about this. What do you think, Mary?" "What? Why are we talking about me?"
Yes, because obviously it's like saying the North Pole has warmed.
Oh,
In comparison to Pluto?
Yeah, this is classic triangulation. Classic triangulation. I can establish a parameter for our relationship based on its proximity to this relationship. It's manipulative tactics 101.
Mm-hmm. So he tells her, don't complain how cold it is. I'm sorry my love is conditional on kissing my favorite obedient wife's butt, but that's just how it is.
It's from the Bible.
Christine replies that the crumbs she has been getting is no longer substantial, and that his last dangling carrot of the prospect of being intimate again is also off the table.
She already took it off the table. It's not on the table anymore.
Then he diverts the conversation again. Well, I wouldn't want to be intimate with you either, even if you said that you wanted to devote yourself to plural marriage. Our deal was plural marriage. She agrees. Plural marriage was her goal as well, when she was secure and felt she was important to him. Then she says, over years of neglect, I started feeling displaced and self-doubting for the first time ever. Kody starts to grumble as he puts his hands on his head. The problem, Christine, is you've been faking it till you were making it for 10 years, and in the end, you never got over it. This is your fault for not continuing to fake it.
Yes. You've been faking it till you were making it, but you never made it.
She starts to tear up and gets extremely emotional in her couch confessional, saying the success of my marriage should have never been contingent on how I treated other people. This family is going through this shitstorm because he decided to have favorites. What he's asking of me is something I can't give. They sit in silence for a moment until Christine resumes the discussion. Do you still want to be married to me? He doesn't answer, and instead repeats that question back to her. Well, do you still want to be married to me?
Oh, I thought it was like, do you want to still be married to me? Do you want to still be married to me?
I just said I don't want to be married to you, you inattentive shitwit.
I know what you are, but what am I?
Kody, realizing she's moved on and is starting to look pathetic, then states, I'm good with that. Nobody's a prisoner here. He asks what her game plan is. She's going to move out of state to live with family that loves her. But why? We have children together, Christine. Again, he has uno child together, since, as we come to find out, he makes no attempt to be present during Isabel's senior year. He lies to us that he has to continue being present in their remaining minor children's life. He throws Christine's disobedience to his COVID protocols in her face. Again, he's clutching at straws, saying Christine has no legal grounds to take Truly with her, even though Robyn was able to take her children down from Montana away from their father.
It's the opposite. She has every legal right to do that, and he has no legal grounds to suggest otherwise.
Then this is where the raging little man-child is displayed.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you want to divorce me? We can make hanging out work, even though in the tell-all it was revealed that I was okay if we weren't even friends anymore. Yet I still want you hanging around at my convenience. We may not be lovers, but our family is still a family. He's word salading at this point. I have no idea what he's trying to say when he says our family is still a family. Robyn's part of the family, a fraction of the family. Family is a code word for Kody because when he wants people to work around the family, he wants people to work around him.
Yeah, so he can make himself about the family, but Christine can't have her own sandcastle out of rocks, but Kody can have a sandcastle made out of rocks.
How is this going to work? You just sit around and complain that I have love to give other people and I have affection for them? And what he's saying didn't make sense in that question because he's complaining about her hanging around, yet she doesn't want to hang around him. She just wants to move to avoid this exact situation he's bringing up.
He's panic reacting. He's throwing whatever he can at the wall to see what sticks.
He then tells her she's poisoning the dynamic by claiming she's asking for too much. He then contradicts himself again. She's sitting here, laying her issues at the feet at someone she's jealous of, not taking any accountability, despite the fact I just said 2 seconds ago that I would not work on our marriage until she lays her issues at the feet of the one she is jealous of and bows down to her. Christine says there is no way she can live her own life as a single woman and still live in Flagstaff. Kody tells her that she should date someone, force them to live in the Flagstaff area, then tell them it's because her ex doesn't want her to move away, thereby breaking up the family. Because that's essentially what he's saying. That is the mature thing to do if you are a grown-up, which you are not, Christine. You poisoned the well for me. And I thought that statement was weird because why would you want someone who's poisoned to stay within your vicinity? Like, pick a lane, dude.
Yeah, I mean, also, I don't think poison the well isn't really the right word in this case. Poison the well means when you have spread misinformation or heavily biased information about an argument before the argument is taking place, so that when the argument starts, they've already come to a conclusion before listening to the evidence. That's called poisoning the well.
Okay, and in this sense, he's just trying to tell her that she's toxic, not necessarily the same.
It's again, the words are related, but they are not what he thinks they mean.
Christine says, I know you think that way. Oh yes, I believe that. At this point, we can still salvage this family. Specifically, salvage a way for me to continue receiving your portion of this show. Grown-ups make it work for the kids. I don't have to be your lover to continue being a good parent to our children.
Grown-ups make it work for the kids. You grown-ups need to work to make it work for me.
Oh God,
He's such a kid.
Christine gives him sentiments that he could care less about. Our children, Aspen and Mitch, McKelty and Tony, Peyton, have expressed wanting me to move closer. That's the reason I have been going out of town.
Doesn't give a shit.
Kody then explains to us the cycle of COVID. The first stage is the family getting together and agreeing to abide by protocols to keep us safe.
That are unannounced and are secret.
It's not unanimous. The second stage is that my disloyal children don't follow them, despite the fact that I have to maintain this facade of pretending I care about the virus. The third stage, my children then point the blame at me and tell me I'm a hypocrite. Christine then begins to interject that the family was doing badly before COVID, but then he has to shut her up. She exclaims, you know what I learned during the pandemic? That I don't need your help, that I can do things on my own. I didn't know I had it in me all along. Kody then dismisses her declaration of independence. Christine, I, being the raging but forgiving asshole that I am willing to let this all go to the side. However, if you think that you're going to be taken truly, does that mean the family is no more? And she goes, dude, you don't get it. While we were here, my part of the family didn't feel as if we were one anyway. What difference does it make? Kody then keeps interrupting her, saying the problem was COVID. She keeps telling him otherwise. He doesn't listen. Stop talking! You haven't been around for years. You don't get to recount what my girls and I have been experiencing. That's a lie, Christine. I'm still here every third or sixth night. He then stares at the camera deadpan and in a monotone voice goes, there is no unfairness.
There's no unfairness.
She's not a victim here. She's lost her religion. She's lost her direction. She's lost her faith. Yet in the future tell-all, Janelle just outed me for losing my faith as well.
Oh my goodness, seriously, this guy is trash.
He then blames Christine as to why his relationship with his adult children are poor. He accuses her of gossiping to them that he is a neglectful father and husband, when I was only being neglectful because they weren't following my protocols. I'm tired of you telling me that plural marriage sucks when I have someone closely connected to me who I know lives it well and is happy.
Yes, it's just like, yes, I was abusing them, but I was abusing them because they deserved it.
This guy just tops himself.
It's like he's setting a new Olympic world's worst father record.
Commercial break. Then we get to the real meat and potatoes of the exchange. Kody is afraid Christine will take Truly to the most polygamy-unfriendly state in the Union.
Who cares? How's that going to affect Truly or Christine?
She'll get a new boyfriend who will take all his money. Between her greedy user boyfriend, and the state of Utah, Kody loses access to all his money. His poverty is the only thing that scares him. Paranoia is really starting to show here.
Oh, yes. You know what? Okay, so maybe he's thinking like this. Maybe Christine starts getting independent. Maybe Christine is starting to feel better about herself. Maybe Christine is getting talked to about all the anti-pligs in Utah. And Christine comes to the conclusion, what do you mean I'm owed hundreds of thousands of dollars in child support? She might get a judge in Utah to say, yeah, Kody owes you $1.6 million.
Because she promises him that she won't ask for money.
This is what Kody's afraid of. That's why he doesn't want them to actually get divorced, or, he doesn't want her to leave, or even just have her stay in Flagstaff, is because...
she'll get ideas.
And guess what? She is 100%
entitled
to it.
He goes on. He knows this for a fact because he's seen this happen to other men.
I was like, yes, I've seen people get shot before from behind my gun.
We cut to Christine on the couch. This weird lecture he is giving to me has only strengthened my conviction to get away from this man. This is the right decision.
Oh my God.
This man is not safe. He's, Those were her exact words.
His exact words were, Yes, Christine, we've been saying that for years.
She tries to wrap up the conversation. There's been no joy in plural marriage, only struggle. Kody starts to get worried. You seem excited at having one foot out the door already. There's a glint in your eye. You have no idea, Kody, what it's like to finally have that flicker of hope again.
This lights just a rage in Kody's heart.
Kody then tries to convince her to stay again, saying that Mary and he have had it worse. Like any sane person, she responds, no one should ever want what you and Mary have. I don't even want that for her. And that's such a benevolent thing of me to say, considering that Mary has been such a passive-aggressive bitch of a sister wife to me my entire marriage. She brings up the hypocrisy of Kody telling Christine not to compare his marriage to Robyn with hers, yet he's doing it with Mary. This is the segment that is brought up in the one-on-one.
I think that Kody fundamentally doesn't understand what the concept of hypocrisy means.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. If you call him a hypocrite, basically, it doesn't mean anything to him.
Mm-hmm. Christine tells him how challenging it was to continue being in a loveless marriage. To add fuel to the fire, she even brings up how Kody only made a 15-minute appearance last Mother's Day at her home, then spent the rest of the holiday elsewhere. You're not here. You just aren't. And even when your body is in the same room, you by some bizarre phenomenon are still not with us. To summarize, Kody, I did want the man and the sister wives. I thought plural marriage was the best thing ever when I mattered to you. Now for the past decade, every day has been a constant barrage of reminders of what our relationship could have been. An amazing husband who cares and helps in the home. A father so wonderful and present that his children feel 100% secure and loved because he never gave them any reason to feel otherwise. What did I do that was so terrible that you couldn't help me?
She's describing best case scenario in monogamy. I don't think any of those things are possible in polygamy.
She's saying that she sees that's who he is with Robyn.
Yes, I know, but I don't think that that is a reasonable expectation in...
Polygamy?
Not even in monogamy most of the time, but...
Why?
To be 100% secure and loved. I mean, you want all of these things, but like that's gold standard for monogamy. I don't think it's even possible in polygamy. What's so painful for Christine is that she knows that Kody has the ability to be what she needs. In fact, I think that Christine believes that Kody could be the perfect husband and father. And I think the reason she believes that is because she has seen Kody behave in what Christine would call the ideal husband and father role to Robyn's family. I mean, it's even more distressing, right? Because we're always going on, oh, Cody's such a bad dad, Cody's such a bad dad, Cody's such a bad dad. We're constantly harping on that. But the thing is that I think what makes it worse is that Kody is such a good dad to Robyn's family. That discrepancy makes it even more vile, right?
Yeah.
If he was a shitty father to all of them, then at least he's being consistent and maybe he's just a shit person and he's incompetent or whatever. But if he can actually be a great father to some of them and yet chooses not to be a great father to others, that's not an issue of competence. That's an issue of just ethics and morality. I guess he's not a bad dad. He's just
He's an evil person.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. He's an evil person.
Even the suggestion that he's a good dad to somebody makes it all worse. Kody interrupts her plea. Look at you, being a hypocrite. Now you're the one comparing. This is the poison that I've been talking about. He points his finger at her. I felt like I was here. Instead, I had to deal with your agitated outlook to life. So sorry if I seemed aloof. That's your fault. Christine replies, sorry, I don't know how to respond to heartbreak. Which I took to mean, sorry, I don't know how to respond to abuse.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what Christine means. It's weird.
Kody then says, well, I guess plural marriage doesn't work for us.
Or anyone.
Our queen corrects him. For us, marriage doesn't work.
Bom, bom, bom.
She then tells us a poignant rundown of the last 10 years of marriage to Kody. My relationship with him isn't as important as Robyn's. No matter what he says, it's not. The sun doesn't rise and set on me, nor has it ever.
I want to go back to the part where she says, for us, marriage doesn't work. And just one of those canned horns, go, 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 and then the sunglasses come down and on her face.
That's the end of the episode. So
Kody he finds new depths to descend. He delves deeper and deeper and deeper into this abyss of inhuman psychiopathy. He is just... I don't have words for this guy.
this is only episode 1. I'm just reminding you. The well gets deeper. Okay. Or the abyss does, I would say. Okay. Give me the too long didn't read.
Kody abuses Christine and then says, oh, it's okay that I abuse you because you deserve it. That's number 1. Number 2 is the fact that Kody is an amazing father to Robyn's family makes it even more nauseating that he is such a shitty, I wouldn't even call him a parent at this point. He's just a shitty, malevolent cloud of farts to everyone else. Just that juxtaposition, that contrast makes him even more foul. And Christine, it was never good. It was never going to work. And it is polygamy's fault. Stop even lying to yourself now.
Okay. That's the end of the episode. Alright. Bye.
Bye.